Hello students, we will continue chapter number 1, natural resources, air, water and land. We come to the last part of the chapter. In these previous videos we learn about air and water. Today we will see details about third natural resource, that is land. Land is seen in the form of stones, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places and flat in others. All terrestrial animals, including man, live on land. Some terrestrials dig burrows in the ground for shelter, like rat, rabbit, or snake. This means that they use land for fulfilling their need. We also use land for farming. We means human being use land for farming, for building houses, or for making roads. We make use of plants and animals in the forest that grow on land. The minerals, crude oil and natural gas obtained from the earth, means land, are very important for us. It means land is an important resource. Let's see exactly what land is made up of. See, take a transparent plastic bottle, a handful of soil, some stones, sand, some dry leaves and water. Cut off the upper tapering part of the bottle, means upper part you have to cut. Put the rest of the materials in the lower part and add water. Stir the mixture thoroughly and put it at one side. Observe it the next day and answer. How does the mixture in the bottle look now? Do you see layers in it? What is seen in the different layers from top to bottom? You will see the layers of various material form, that is dry leaves, soil, sand, small stones, big stones. You can observe that. Okay, the land on earth also look like this. If a pipeline is being laid in your neighborhood, observe carefully. The pit does for this purpose. Now let's see the actual layers of the land. If the land has a mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of the remains of plants and animals. This layer is called humus. It is usually found in dense forest. Dense means thick forest. Now in this only we will see more about the humus. What is humus? Microbes present in the soil. Everyone know microbes means small insects, worms. They are present in the soil. When the dead plants and animals goes into the soil, these microbes eat into these dead remains of plants and animals and break down these bodies of plants and animals. So all the nutrients from dead plants and animals goes into the soil. This humus is very helpful for the plant growth, because depend on these ratios plant growth or fertility of soil we can count. This is the layer with leaves and organic matter decompose and forms the humus. This tells us how fertile the soil can be based on soil type. It can be thick, thin or completely absent. Humus supplies nutrient to the soil. Humus is also important for aerating the soil, means we have to make the soil loose for the plant's growth, and for holding water in the soil also humus is very important. The proportion of humus in the upper layer of good fertile soil is about 33% to 50%. So now after that humus layer, soil layer is there. The land below this is full of sand, soil, small stones, then worms and insects are there. It is soft, porous layer. It is very rich in humus and nutrients. Plants grow in this layer. Now third layer is immature soil. In this layer, soil and pieces of bedrocks are found. Below this layer of land, this soil is immature. Next layer is soil and small rocks. Roots of bigger plants extend till this layer. Further, below this layer, the proportion of soil decreases and that of rock increases. This is the layer of bedrock. It consists of unweathered parent rock. This layer is very hard. The main minerals in the soil are derived from these rocks. That is why soil in different regions is different. The color and the texture of the soil are both determined by the bedrocks. So when you are moving to your villages or visiting different places, observe the soil color. Sometimes soil is dark, or sometimes soil is brown in color, or sometimes it is black in color. So always observe what is the color of soil. Now we will see the process of soil formation. See the video, observe it and try to understand. See what is going on. Soil formation. Soil is formed by the combination of physical, chemical and biological processes in which huge rocks are broken down into smaller particles over a long period of time. Rocks undergo a process of expansion and contraction in which they expand during the day and contract during the night due to the constant rise and fall in temperature. However, not all parts of rock undergo expansion and contraction at the same rate, resulting in the formation of cracks. This is the stone. Gradually, these cracks cause the rocks to break down into smaller pieces with time. These smaller pieces convert into particles and form soil. See, soil is formed. Now it's raining. Water plays an important role in the soil formation. How it is? See, water that get collected in the cracks of rocks sometimes freezes, which helps in widening the cracks. Flowing river water help in the wearing down of rocks over time, which result in the formation of soil. Strong blowing winds also rub against rocks and helps in wearing them down. Some living organisms like lichens that grow on rock surfaces release certain substances that cause rock surface to powder down and form a thin layer of soil.